When we talk about artificial intelligence, we're not just talking about cool new gadgets or bits of code. We're talking about our jobs, our communities, really our entire future. And right now, the conversation is splitting into two camps that could not be more passionate or more personal.
So let's just cut right to the chase, shall we? This is the one question that's on everybody's mind. Is this technology going to destroy everything we've built? The answers we're seeing are, well, they're worlds apart. On one side, you have this gut-level fear. It's a real, tangible anxiety. The AI isn't just a threat to our paychecks, but to the very idea of community itself. The worry is that it's turning everything into this brutal, cutthroat competition.
And then you get this, a perspective that's the complete polar opposite. Someone who looks at this same technology and doesn't see a threat, but the one thing, the single thing that gave them a second chance. We're talking about a clash between societal fear and deeply personal salvation.
Okay, let's really get into it. We're going to start with the fear. This isn't just some vague worry. It's a widespread anxiety that AI is a direct threat to our jobs, our safety, and even the fairness of our society.
And these fears are super specific. You hear from people in creative fields, like design, saying their industry is bleeding workers. They're being asked to do more for less money, but it goes way beyond the economy. We're talking about some truly existential threats, like the development of lethal autonomous weapons systems, LAWS. These are, for all intents and purposes, killer robots making life and death calls without a human in the loop. And then there's the danger of taking all our current historical biases and hard-coding them into the medical tools we'll be using for decades. It's heavy stuff.
But here's the thing, this isn't humanity's first rodeo with disruptive tech. The counter-argument is that we've been here before, right? Think about the printing press or the internet. Every major revolution causes chaos. The hope is that this isn't really an ending, it's a massive shift. It forces us to adapt, to create new kinds of jobs we can't even imagine yet, and lets people find totally new ways to thrive.
So let's flip that coin over. On the other side of all that fear, there's hope. For a growing number of people, AI isn't a destroyer at all, it's a lifeline. It's a chance to start over, to learn something new, and to build a life, sometimes literally from the ground up. The case for AI is often incredibly personal. It's about making knowledge accessible to everyone, giving anyone with an internet connection what amounts to an MIT-level education. It's about smashing the barriers to entry so you don't need a boatload of cash to create something incredible. And in some of the most powerful stories, it's about giving people a way forward from the absolute toughest situations, like homelessness, offering a tangible way to rebuild.
And this right here, this is where it gets so real. This isn't just some career move. For this person, learning AI was an act of survival, a conscious choice. In the middle of an unbelievable crisis, they chose to build instead of break, using AI as the literal foundation for a whole new life.
So this whole shift from panic to creation, it's not just talk. It's actually creating entirely new ways to work. It's forging new job titles and new skills that, honestly, didn't even exist just a few years ago.
Get this, there's a new term floating around called vibe coding. Seriously, forget spending years learning Python or C++. Vibe coding is all about being able to clearly explain your vibe, in plain English, and then acting as the project manager for an AI that does the heavy lifting on the code. This just blows the doors wide open on who gets to be a creator.
But hold on, it's not like you just press a button and walk away. The process is still really involved. You have to start by creating super detailed documents to give the AI all the context it needs. Then, yeah, the AI spits out the first draft of the code. But, and this is the crucial part, the human comes back in to test it, to tweak it, and more often than not, ends up rewriting about half of it. It's a true partnership. So building apps is one thing. That's cool. But what we're about to see is on a whole other level. People are using this technology to grapple with the most profound, painful, and deeply human parts of our existence.
Just take a second and read that. Someone was asked about the purpose of their life, and that was their answer. To use AI to bring their murdered friend back, to make him immortal. This isn't about productivity or efficiency. This is about grief and love and memory and trying to do the impossible.
And this is just wild. This shows you exactly how they're attempting this. They're mapping these raw human goals, like wanting to capture his specific sense of humor, directly onto technical tools. A persona file defines his personality, and AI then generates his voice forever.
It's a system built from cold, hard logic, but it's fueled by something purely emotional.
And this is just so stunningly honest. The person behind the project is fully aware of how strange this all is. They call it a manifestation of my insanity. It's an incredible moment of self-awareness that grounds this futuristic project in the messy, complicated reality of trauma and our desperate need to heal.
So, where does that leave us? After seeing all of this, the fear, the hope, the grief, what are we supposed to think about the AI itself? Is the technology the good guy or the bad guy here?
Well, it seems pretty clear, right? AI isn't the hero or the villain. It's more like a megaphone. It takes whatever human intent you put into it and just makes it louder. The same tech that can give everyone access to knowledge can also pump out fake news. The same systems that can help us process grief can also be used to build weapons. It just amplifies us.
And really, it all comes down to this. The technology itself is neutral. The future isn't written in the code. It's written in the choices we make, the values we prioritize, and the problems we decide to point this powerful tool towards.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Maybe the most important question isn't what is AI going to do to us? Maybe the real question is, what are we going to do with it? Because if this technology is just a mirror, reflecting our own best and worst intentions right back at us, what are we going to choose to show it?